Hey, Lehigh Valley, welcome back to another exciting episode of Lehigh Valley Food. I'm Austin.
And I'm filling in for Chris. I'm Jared.
That's not Chris. Jared, what's going on, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. So Chris had something come up last minute.
Yeah.
No big deal. Jared is our producer here, actually. He's one of our lead producers, and he's going to fill in for us today. So Jared actually is a star on, maybe 8 shows now?
Yeah.
You guys have so many shows, man. It's crazy.
We have so many. So I am one of the founders of the Rum Runnas Podcast Network. We have a whole bunch of shows. We do the production for Lehigh Valley Food, as well as distribute it and produce a whole bunch of shows for people all over the country and world, actually.
Awesome. Well, Jared, thanks for joining us. Today is very exciting because we are at Zest Bar Grille right in downtown Bethlehem. We have Anthony. Anthony is the general manager here. Anthony, what's your last name?
Trapani.
Okay, I don't want to say that wrong because I'm horrible at pronunciations. So Anthony Trapani is the general manager, and we have Justin Coogan, right? Cogan is the executive chef. See, I told you.
Close.
I mess this up every time. Okay. He is the executive chef of Zest Bar Grille here right in the Lehigh Valley. So Anthony, you told me before, this is actually part of your family's establishment, correct? And you guys have Grill 3501 over in Allentown?
Yes, that's correct.
Awesome.
We are heading into our 4th year of business here now.
Oh, wow, here at Zest.
Yep.
Awesome. Cool.
So super exciting, a little bit, first year we kind of were getting our bearings down, and then COVID obviously kind of threw a curveball at us there. But luckily we have a ton of outdoor space, as you guys can see around us.
Beautiful outdoor space.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
now, I do apologize. We're kind of shadow people right now. Today, the lighting kind of messes with things, but look at the beautiful view behind us, though, guys. I mean, absolutely amazing. I know when this place first opened, there was so much buzz in the valley about Zest because of the view up here, and now I can see why. I mean, I've been here multiple times, but this place, the view up here is absolutely phenomenal, and the food's awesome. So
you can see for miles,
very soon.
Literally miles. You can see steel stacks in the background. You can see all the bridges. It's incredible.
Downtown Bethlehem, Hotel Bethlehem. It's pretty awesome. So, guys, come check it out. So, Anthony, why did your family choose this location for Zest? Did you guys want a high-rise kind of restaurant, or did it just kind of come about? Or what was the vision there for you guys?
Yeah, so that's it wasn't necessarily about the rooftop at first.
Okay.
It was more about the location.
Okay.
I graduated from Lehigh a few years ago.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And as I was graduating. My last semester, this building was going up, and the ownership group of the building, they came to my dad actually about putting a restaurant in here.
Oh, wow! And
we ended up coming down, checking it out. We checked out the first floor a little bit, and then they were like, "Oh, well, do you want to, check out the 6th floor up top?"
Yeah.
And we're like, "Yeah, of course,
penthouse.
Of course we do."
Yeah.
So once we came up here. It was funny. They were like, "Well, what's a backup plan if it doesn't work out?" And we're like, "Well, there isn't really a backup plan." So. Once we were up here, being born and raised in Bethlehem, especially for me, it was cool. It's cool to be able to work and, see this place kind of grow into what it is now. And it's definitely a testament to, our team that we have here and all the hard work of our staff for sure.
That's awesome.
But that was a little bit of the inspiration behind why we chose here. A lot of development going on down here. Obviously,
Definitely.
we have Lehigh University pretty much right all around us.
That's
and
true.
they're growing, they're expanding. So we really felt strongly about the location for the restaurant.
And Grill 3501, your family's had for about 20 years, right?
Yeah, so we celebrated our 20th year anniversary in November.
That's cool. That's awesome.
So we're going to be year 21. Wow. And again, that's definitely a testament to the hard work of the staff over there as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you can make it 20 years in this business, that's actually, that's saying something. So that's good, man.
Yeah.
And you guys are on your second location. That's really cool.
Yep. And,
really awesome.
That's in the west end of Allentown, pretty close to, right off of Cedar Crest Boulevard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that end of Allentown. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
West side for sure.
That's pretty awesome. So, Lehigh Valley, I know you guys see me drinking some, amazing cocktails right now. And I know you guys see me sipping on this. This is called the Coladatini. Is that correct, Anthony?
Yep.
And what's in that?
So it's a little bit of a, it's our spin on it's basically like a, instead of a pina colada, it's in martini form.
Nice. Okay.
Nice. So what that is it's vanilla vodka. It has a little bit of Malibu. It has fresh orange juice, a little bit of fresh pineapple puree, and a little bit of lime juice in there as well.
And that's why it's so good. And it's 11 a.m. And I'm like, you know what? It's 5 p.m. somewhere. You know what I mean? So why not?
It sounds like it's very fresh, though. So it seems
like
it'd be very good for even drinking at a time like this.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, that definitely seems like it'd be good.
Speaking of this, though, you guys have a mimosa tower. Is that right? I've seen this all over Facebook. In fact, I saw the tower when I came in here. That thing is big, man. That's awesome.
Yep. So,
cool.
Like you said about the 11 a.m. thing, it's definitely a popular brunch item.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So that's brunch we have on Sunday mornings from 10:30 to 2:30.
Nice.
And with the Mimosa Tower, we were trying to figure out a way to do like bottomless mimosas per se, but I really wanted to keep in mind service, for our staff and for our guests as well.
Of course.
So I actually was just scrolling through Instagram or something one of these days, and I saw it. And I'm like, you know what? Let's throw some mimosas in there.
Good inspiration.
We can set it on the table, and then basically, not walk away, but then guests can service themselves as they see fit. It's good for sharing, definitely. Typically, we recommend it's at least 4 people, because it is 88 ounces. There's 2 full bottles of champagne in there.
Wow.
Okay. So it definitely gets the day going for people in that sense, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I can, and I have your brunch menu in front of me right now, and I'm seeing one of my favorite things here is the crab and mango spring rolls. So that's also to have on the menu for brunch. You guys have like crispy. What is this here? Penne? How do you say that?
It's panisse. Maybe
okay.
Justin want to elaborate on that a little
Justin,
bit?
Why don't you tell us about that? That sounds really good.
So panisse is basically like a polenta, but instead of using cornmeal, we use chickpea flour.
So
nice. It's 100% gluten free.
I was just going to say that's gluten free, right? Yeah. Okay.
This one actually has vegan cheddar cheese in it, so it is also completely vegan as well.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Now tell me about some of the entrees you have here. I see pancakes of the day and caprese Benedict. I love a good eggs Benedict, so that's pretty awesome. You guys have some short ribs hash. Actually, I think I had the short ribs last time I was here for dinner with my girlfriend. I had the French pear drink with it.
Okay.
That was really, really good. So that's pretty cool. And you guys have, I was looking at this menu before, you guys have a passion fruit creme brulee. Oh, man. How'd you know I love creme brulee? That stuff sounds so good. So in this passion fruit creme brulee, there's dried orange chips, mango-infused whipped cream, and toasted coconut. Whoa. That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at it. I'm seeing roasted bone marrow as one of the starters for brunch. That's a flavor right there that a lot of people probably aren't used to, but I know for a fact that it's delicious.
Yeah.
So what brought about throwing bone marrow on as a brunch item?
Well, I mean, that's on our normal dinner menu, but it's something that is different. Not a lot of restaurants around here have it. Some do, but that's something that's been a staple for us since the day we opened. And it's sold incredibly well at the beginning, which we weren't really sure it would. Wow. But, ultimately it's one of our staples now. And, basically just tastes like beef butter that you just spread on the bread.
Oh, so good.
Best way to describe it.
Is your menu rotating, like for dinners or for brunch? Because I always see different things on your Facebook and on social media. So
yeah, we'll seasonally change our menu like every 3 to 4 months.
That's great.
And then obviously if, we have something on the menu that's just not really going over well, we'll change it. We are able to do that at all times since we print our menus in-house and we're not waiting on a third party.
That's awesome. I know the Lehigh Valley loves variety, so it's really, really good that you guys rotate your dishes. So that's great.
Yeah.
So, Anthony, what else do you have here? Now, what is this drink we have here in front of us?
So that is our house-made cherry bourbon sour.
Oh,
one of our bartenders actually, she didn't like how we were, I guess we were wasting it in a sense. Those Amarena cherries there.
Okay, yep, I saw that.
It comes with a ton of syrup in it. Mm-hmm. So she was trying to think of a way that we could save that, and so we came up with that. It's a house-made cherry sour mix. So it's that cherry juice with lemon and lime juice, and then we use bourbon. And then actually we just started recently using aquafaba, which is basically kind of like chickpea juice in a sense. Yeah. It gives it that nice foam there, as you can see.
Oh, I see.
Instead of using an egg white, which is the typical like traditional sour. We use the aquafaba to give it that foam, just because the egg whites can get a little messy and shelf life for that. So we use the chickpea juice, and again, that's we're using that as we really try our best here to not waste anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
Just for obviously a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
So we have the crispy chickpeas on our appetizer list. So we use we try to save everything and use
definitely.
that. So that's a component of that cocktail that gives that nice frothy.
That's amazing. Chickpea juice.
top.
Who would have known? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So what do we have over here?
This right here is just a classic. This is a classic mojito.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
I figured it'd be fitting to bring that out today, just for the summer vibes ahead. It's definitely we sell a lot of these guys and margaritas once the patio gets rocking and rolling and gets hot out.
That's awesome.
It's definitely a personal summer favorite of mine.
That's pretty cool.
The Mojito, it's super refreshing. You got muddled mint and lime in there, a little bit of simple syrup that gives it that sweetness, and then just some fresh lime juice as well, and then just your typical white rum in there as well.
Nice. And now next to that one, you got the Espresso Martini. Is that correct?
Yep, Espresso Martini, which ends up. I think it's someone I was talking to one of our wine reps lately, and she said it's the #1 cocktail in the world right now.
Really?
Oh,
is the Espresso Martini?
Wow, I can't believe that.
That's incredible.
That is incredible.
So #1 cocktail in the world right now. Basically, all we do now, as you can see how dark it is, we give people the option to add Baileys in there to give it that creaminess, kind of like if you're drinking coffee.
Yeah.
But typically we just do it with vanilla vodka, Kahlua, and then fresh brewed espresso, chilled espresso.
It looks amazing.
So good.
So definitely it gives you that kick in both departments, in the alcohol and in the caffeine. So
that's a great way to wake up in the morning. Some people put Baileys in coffee. Why not have an espresso martini from Zest?
Yeah, it's
that's great.
It's again, that's a good it's a big brunch seller cocktail as well.
Definitely.
Obviously.
I could definitely see that. So now, Jared, what do you have over there?
This is the one that I was the most excited about.
Yeah.
So what do I have in front of me here?
So that is our Margarita Picante. Basically, it's just spicy margarita.
Yeah.
We are infusing tequila in-house with jalapenos. So basically what we do is we chop up a bunch of jalapenos. We let it sit for a few days at a time, get a nice green color to it, get that spiciness in there as well. And then we have, we slice up some jalapenos as well as a garnish. And then that salt rim that you see on there as well is jalapeno infused.
That's really cool.
It is good. Wow. It is good. It has a nice little kick, but it still tastes fresh. Which is probably
we don't want to go crazy with it, if I don't think we want to go too spicy with it, but it definitely has a nice jalapeno flavor to it for sure.
Yeah. So what would you say is the most popular drink on your menu?
I'd say definitely a couple that you're looking at. I'd say right now, like I said, the Espresso Martini is a huge seller.
Okay.
Again, that Margarita Picante has been selling awesome since we put it on the menu. So,
nice.
So these guys right here, we have our Mojito, or not the Mojito, the Margarita and the Coladatini. Those are new for our spring menu. They'll probably stick around for the summer as well.
I like that.
So those are definitely big sellers for us.
Oh, so you rotate drinks out per season as well?
Yep.
Oh,
we keep all of our menus seasonal. It doesn't make sense for us to have a Coladatini on there in January.
I mean, I drink it. I mean, I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I would be able to drink this all year long, but
I've been
it'd be nice
readers,
to try new things.
I've been telling readers for the longest time to stay open year round, but they won't listen to me. You know what I mean? I will have Italian ice year round. Just saying.
So everything's seasonal for sure.
That's pretty cool, man. That's awesome because like I said, the Valley loves variety. I love variety personally, and I know a lot of restaurants change out their menu seasonally with different squash-based things in fall and citrus things in summer. So that's pretty cool. So getting off the subject of drinks a little bit, what would you say is the most popular food item on your menu?
Justin, you want to talk about some of the dinner entrees?
The probably on our appetizers is crab and mango spring rolls and crispy chicken dumplings.
Okay, yeah.
Those are items that are also available at 3501.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we brought them here to kind of show that we're still the same.
Yeah.
But besides that, I mean, our octopus sells extremely well.
Oh, I've had that. It's very good.
Wow, the one right now we have is with the tostada, just kind of a play on that. That always sells, and the bone marrow has always been a huge seller since the day we opened.
I have not had that, and I have to try it now.
That's always good to hear.
I have to try it.
Yeah,
I
love hearing that there's like a variety of different things. Especially things that aren't necessarily considered the norm of what people are like. Oh, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna grab. I'm glad you didn't say like our burger is our number one seller.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm glad it was something interesting, something that had some flavor to it, something that was a little bit more unique.
Yeah,
and I do love hearing that.
Yeah,
that's cool. Now, what about your dinners? What's your most popular seller for dinner? Do you think?
For dinners, I mean, talk about boring, probably the filet.
Oh, that's not boring. No,
fillets are always good.
Guys, you know how much I love filet.
To me, it's a little boring.
Oh, no, to me, that's awesome.
But also, our duck breast is a huge seller.
Oh, what is that now? I'm sorry?
Our cast iron duck breast.
Oh, here it is, duck breast. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so since we changed it to this one for our spring menu, this one has been selling like crazy.
I love duck, actually. I have a lot of Vietnamese friends, and they eat a lot of like seared duck and things like that. I mean, that's how I fell in love with it, so that's pretty cool. I didn't see
duck seems to be growing in popularity in the valley.
It does, actually, doesn't it? Yeah, I've seen it like on a lot more menus recently. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I mean, you say filet is boring, but I personally love a good filet. I mean, personally, we actually just had someone on Lehigh Valley Food post just this morning, where's the best filet to get in the Lehigh Valley? And people are commenting all their suggestions. That's what I love about our community. You know what I mean? It really is awesome. Chris has created something really special for us, so that's awesome, guys. So, Anthony, what would you say is your most underrated menu item? Maybe this is an question for Justin, but what do you think is the most underrated menu item that you think is phenomenal, but people just don't seem to get a lot?
I don't know. We sell a lot of food here.
So there doesn't seem to really be an underrated menu
I don't know if there's anything that's underrated per se.
Good. Well, that's a good thing.
If you break it down and look at our menu mix, like after like a busy weekend, every single thing sells.
Wow, that's good.
Which is awesome. And if it didn't sell, then we would make an adjustment. Obviously, we want to be up with basically the daily.
Exactly.
You want to break it down day by day, week by week, and then month, obviously. But I think a big item coming forward, especially into the warmer weather, would be our chilled crab and shrimp salad. Justin and our sous chef Amy put together a really nice dish with that appetizer.
That sounds delicious.
So I don't know if you want to maybe touch on that, but we've seen an increase in that lately as the weather's starting to get warmer, it's really nice on the plate. It was just posted. There's a pretty recent picture on our Instagram of it, so which is at Zest Bethlehem.
And does it come with watermelon?
No watermelon.
Oh man, that's
no watermelon. It's got avocado, tarragon crema, a little frise lettuce, poblano pepper, and onion, which I believe is mixed. It's mixed in there, right?
We have onion on the plate two ways. So we have a burnt onion puree, and then we also have pickled red onions.
Oh my god,
that sounds great!
You guys are killing it here. That just sounds delicious. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to come back and get that. Sweet. So, just recently, I heard you guys were voted Bethlehem's favorite rooftop from Lehigh Valley Style Magazine. Is that correct?
I'm pretty sure it might have been Lehigh Valley's favorite. I could be wrong, but either way, as you guys can see behind us, especially, the view is, it kind of speaks for itself in a sense.
It really does.
You see both bridges. You see the Hill to Hill Bridge. You see the Fahey Bridge right in front of us, basically, all the way down 3rd Street. The steel stacks obviously are a Bethlehem staple.
Oh yeah.
And then even as you get down our East Terrace, you can see a good part of Lehigh University as well. So
that's awesome.
It's cool being up here.
It is.
It might get lost on us a little bit just because we're up here so often. But for the guests that are coming in, we want to provide that ambiance and atmosphere that is unique to here. So we're really proud of that.
That's awesome. And I've heard from a lot of our members too, in Lehigh Valley Food specifically, that, they like coming here because they feel like they're getting like out of the valley, even though they're right in the heart of the valley, but they feel like they're in like Manhattan for a day or New York City for an evening because it's different. You don't see a lot of rooftop bars in a lot of cities in the country because a lot of cities and towns don't have big buildings like this. So you don't have a lot of restaurants with that concept. So it's pretty cool that you brought this to the valley, and that's why I think you've created so much buzz over the last 4 years.
I mean, we're very grateful for where we're at right now. Just like I mentioned earlier, with all the different challenges that we faced over the first couple of years. But we actually just got a review from over the weekend that they said it felt like it was a Manhattan vibe. Which
exactly.
I mean, obviously, you're not looking at the Empire State Building or anything like that. But
Bethlehem Steel, that's way better.
It's a very metropolitan feel, and like as someone who's born and raised also in Bethlehem, it is great to see a lot of the iconic images caught, and the fact that you do have the two different sides bring you two very different views to really enjoy. So you can come here one day, you can get both the bridges, you can see steel stacks, but then go on the other one the next day and then be able to see South Mountain, be able to see Lehigh, be able to really soak in two very different views of Bethlehem. And I think that's great to capture that. And I think it does bring a very, very, metropolitan vibe to, a nice town.
Oh yeah. That's why we love downtown Bethlehem. It's very eclectic here. You have a lot of different style restaurants. You have UNT and Pat's and Zest and all these places that get all over the valley. It's wonderful. But I want to dive in a little bit with Chef Justin here for a minute. So tell us about your story, man. Like, why'd you get started in the business? Like, why'd you become a chef? I mean, did you start in high school? Like, tell us about your journey.
I mean, growing up, I used to be in the kitchen with my mom and grandmother quite a bit.
Were you raised here in the Valley?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Schnecksville.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
And then, you know, always kind of piqued my interest. You know, I went to Bloomsburg after high school.
Oh, okay. Did you go for culinary?
No.
No. That's so funny. What'd you go for?
I don't really know.
Oh, okay. College years.
Yeah.
We all know.
Exactly. I tried that and realized pretty quickly that
It's
you
not
know,
for you, yeah.
sitting at a desk is not me.
Oh, that was me too. I
So-
went to the semester myself, so I understand that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, I moved back to the Valley, and like I had already been in restaurants a little bit, and you know, started working in a scratch kitchen. It used to be called Mangoes. It was directly across the street from Dorney Park.
Okay.
And I really got intrigued then. Like, you know, the chef that I worked for, like, you know, kind of instilled a lot of good bases in me.
That's awesome.
And
so good foundations.
you know, so then I went to culinary school at Northampton.
Oh.
Originally, when I went, I was looking to be like more of a pastry chef because that's what kind of piqued my interest as a kid. But then I also realized I don't have patience, and you know,
and
baking
I know what
is
it takes
that.
to make macaroons. So man, let me tell you.
So you know, I quickly changed. You know, and kind of just concentrated on everything else. I mean, you know, I can still do the baking and all that stuff. It's not my specialty, but, you know, I can do it.
Either. Yeah. I mess up chocolate chip cookies, man. But I'm a good cook. But I can mess up chocolate chip cookies, let me tell you.
Baking's hard.
Yeah.
So then, you know, I was there for about like a year after school, maybe not even, like 6 months after school, and decided to move down to Philly for a few years.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So I was down there, worked at quite a few restaurants, you know, just
nice.
learned a lot of things, what to do and what not to do in a restaurant. You know, and then moved back to the Valley. The city life just wasn't me. Living down there is just a different
fun
world.
For a few years, right?
Yeah,
And then it's just
it was good for getting the knowledge that I got out of it. Moved back to the Valley, and then started at Cosmopolitan. That was in downtown Allentown.
Nice.
Hired as a line cook. Within a month, I was a sous chef.
Wow.
And then a year after that, I was the executive chef.
Wow, that's amazing.
Man.
You rose pretty quick. That's
you know, I learned from the two chefs previous for me that were there. You know, keep in touch with both of them. You know, just kind of fell into my lap. You know, I took that. I was there for 5 years.
Wow.
Then took a little bit of time off when they switched to become a different restaurant, which it wasn't me. I didn't want to be a part of it. So then pretty shortly after that, I got involved. One of our managers over at 3501, who used to work with me at Cosmopolitan, reached out to me, and they were looking for somebody at 3501.
It's destiny, man.
So
cool.
I sat down and met with the owners, and you know, things just kind of fell into place. And
that's pretty cool.
Now we're here.
See, I love hearing stories like this because we just filmed a show at Blue over in Bethlehem, and their executive chef, same exact story. Self-taught, went to college for a little bit, wasn't for him, and just is an amazing chef just like you. So I love hearing stories like that because you hear so many people going to school, and there's nothing wrong with that, going to college and getting a degree. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
But I love to hear stories of self-starters like that. So that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
And you've had a lot of experience, it seems like. So what's your favorite thing to cook, do you think? What's your favorite dish to prepare? Even at home, you know, for your family, whatever.
Well, I don't really cook a lot at home.
No, you don't.
I'm not home. You know.
And do you have kids or anything or a family?
Yeah, I got 3 kids.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
You know, a wife, and
awesome.
You know, when I'm home, you know, I cook every now and then. I mean, my daughter, every time I'm home, she's like, "Can you make me steak?"
Oh,
you know,
steak. Listen to her. Oh my God,
You know,
she's so spoiled. That's so funny.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 7.
She's 7. Okay, my son's 3. Okay,
Fun age 7.
Yeah, and then, but you know, cook at home. It's usually like steaks and burgers and stuff like that. More kid-friendly food.
Yeah.
But
what's your favorite thing to cook?
What do you have the most fun with cooking here?
Here, I mean, honestly, I've always been partial to duck.
Oh, okay.
I think duck is just one of those ingredients that's underused, but there's so many different ways you can do things with it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And, you know, manipulate flavors. And so
it's kind of like chicken. You can pretty much do anything with it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Fattier.
Right?
Chicken, but better.
Much fatter.
Tastes a little bit different, but I mean, it's good. It's a good taste. I love that personally. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. So thanks for sharing that story with us. So, Anthony, you guys got any plans for the future for Zest or anything coming up? Another location, anything?
No. So the biggest thing we have going on right now would be, you know, as you guys can see above us here, we have an awning up here.
Okay.
We are working on getting one for the other side.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So
which is a much longer patio, I've noticed.
Yeah, so the initial construction on that is finished. The iron beams for support are up. We're just kind of, waiting for our awning people to get over here because I know they're super busy as well.
Oh, yeah.
That will hopefully be going up in the next month or so. Mm-hmm. And again, that'll give coverage of, a little bit of drizzle. Mm-hmm. We do have heaters on the other side that aren't up right now because we're waiting for that. So,
And are these heaters, these things that are like beside us here? This thing right here, is that a heater? What is that?
No, that's just the support system. The heaters are right. The heaters are right in front of you up there.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty cool.
So we just try to make it as we are up top, which gives a little bit of variety in the weather.
Yeah,
and it's a little windy up here right now. So we try to make it as comfortable as possible for people. We have these drop downs behind us here. The parts that's rolled up, they drop down and they enclose it if it's raining or if it's cold. So,
who put the awnings up? A robot or a human being? Because I'm deathly afraid of heights.
That's
you wouldn't have me on a ladder up there.
It's Kaplan's awnings, they're based out of Easton, I believe.
That's pretty cool, man.
So,
and did you guys have anyone decorate your restaurant when you opened up? I noticed the decor in here is very, very modern, trendy, very chic. So, did you have anyone decorate for you, or did you just kind of have the flair to come in and say, you know what, this is what we're going to do?
So it was like team effort, but I'll definitely give most of the credit to my mom.
Okay, cool.
She's she's really good with stuff like that, and she's always like, back and forth about stuff, and I'm like, it looks good, Mom. Like she should just trust her gut.
Cheers to you, moms.
Yeah,
come on.
she
Mother's
should
Day
just
come on. It's just here.
Yeah, she should just trust her gut
job,
on it, because it always ends up looking great.
No, she did a phenomenal job. I mean, I gotta tell you, it looks great here.
Team effort. But she was probably the driving force behind most of the decor for sure.
Yeah. And you guys got to come check out Zest in downtown Bethlehem, because when me and Jared walked in, there's like this chandelier type kind of thing, like right in front of their door. Gorgeous modern chandelier, which I love. I just love the decor in here. It's very trendy. Like I said, it makes people feel like they're in Manhattan, which is very, very nice. Okay, that's pretty awesome to hear. So you guys are going to put up an awning on your other patio. That's pretty cool. Now, I noticed that one is much longer and kind of bends around the corner. So that's all you, correct?
Yeah, that's all us.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Into it, but it's all us.
Okay, cool.
It wasn't at first, but now it is.
Okay.
Our friends at Quadratus Construction were nice enough to let us use their space on the patio.
Oh, okay. And this was all finished. Like the 6th floor was finished when you guys got here, correct? Like was this patio here or no?
So, yes. So originally this was patio here, but that whole area with the windows inside was also part of the patio. So we enclosed that.
Okay.
Which we're able to use that all year round now, obviously, which is super helpful.
You mean this area right over here that we're looking at,
the
right?
one with the windows.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Yeah, the one with the windows and stuff, for sure.
That's pretty awesome. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up for today's show, but come and check out Zest in downtown Bethlehem. Thank you for tuning in to another exciting episode of Lehigh Valley Food. Check us out on LehighValleyFood.com. Check out our magazine. Check out our podcast show. Get your tickets to our next tasting at Yanni's Taverna in Bethlehem. That's going to be on May 18th. And, of course, check us out all over social media, Facebook, Instagram. And, of course, thank you to Banco Beverage, our official show sponsor on iHeartRadio. And, of course, check us out on iHeartRadio, guys, and get to Zest downtown Bethlehem. All right, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks.
See you, everybody.
Thanks for joining us on Lehigh Valley Food. Stay tuned next time as we eat our way through the valley. Find us anywhere you stream your podcast.
Produced in Times Live Radio Studios by Rum Runnas Podcast Network.